Good morning, children. This is Satish sir. Today we will see one more interesting topic and important topic in Human and Colorful World, fifth chapter, class 10, refraction of light. How refraction takes place through prism. How to find the refractive index of the prism. Refractive index of the prism. Children, first of all, what is mean by refractive index? As you know that refractive index already I told in previous lecture. Refractive index is the unique property of every transparent medium. Every transparent medium has one unique property that is called refractive index. Refractive index is nothing but it is a number. It is a numerical. What does it mean? If a light ray passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, how much it bends? This is what refraction. This value we can easily calculate by using of one simple formula. Refractive index is equal to C by V. This is what refractive index symbol mu. Refractive index is denoted by mu. Refractive index is equal to C by V. C means nothing but speed of light in vacuum. Speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. This is the formula to find the refractive index of the prism. Speed of light in vacuum, how much? 3 into 10 power 8. Numerator is always constant, 3 into 10 power 8. Speed of light in vacuum is 3 lakhs kilometer per second or 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. In medium we have to find, if you know in medium, easily we can calculate refractive index of the medium. Now in this session we are going to find the refractive index of the prism. What is mean by refractive index of the prism, how to find, we will see in a detailed manner. Now see children, this is one formula C by V, but speed of light in vacuum we know, but speed of light in prism we don't know. If you don't know speed of light in a given medium, we have another formula, that is what Snell's rule. Snell's rule is mu is equal to sin I by sin R. Mu is refractive index of the prism, I is angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. If you know angle of incidence and angle of refraction, if you find I value and R value, directly you can substitute in this formula, then you will get the refractive index of the prism. First of all, how to find the refractive index of the prism? Take a prism. This is a prism. Place it on the white paper and trace it. Just trace it, you will get one triangle. Very simple children. Take a prism, place it on the white paper, trace it with the help of pencil, you will get one triangle shape. Then name the vertices as A, B, C. Vertices of the prism, vertices of the triangle A, B, C. Now by using protractor, the horizontal line of the protractor you place on AB and put a dot at 90 degrees, draw a line. This is called normal. Normal means you know perpendicular to the surface. Perpendicular to AB is, this is first normal, N dash. This is what second normal, N1, N1 dash. This is N1, this is N1 dash. Second normal. Again place the prism on the white paper, place the prism on the white sheet, focus laser light like here. This is what laser light. Where light ray is coming from, that is called incident ray. This is called incident ray. This incident ray is making some angle with the normal, that is called angle of incidence. This is called angle of incidence. Incident ray is making some angle with the normal, that is called angle of incidence. The ray coming from the source of light is called incident ray. Once the light ray enter into the prism, actually it should go like this because of prism refractive. Prism is made up of different material. This is air, this is prism. Prism is made up of different materials. Molecules are closely packed, so the speed of light automatically decreases. So the light ray will not go in a straight path, it bends like this. This is called refracted ray. Refracted ray is denoted by R. This refracted ray is making some angle with the first normal. This is called angle of first refraction, angle R1. This is making some angle with the second normal. This is angle R2. Angle of first refraction, angle of second refraction, N dash, N1, N1 dash. Incident ray, refracted ray. Again this refracted ray, when it enters into the air, again what will happen? It goes away from the normal. When it goes rarer medium to denser medium, towards the normal, refracted ray moves towards the normal. So it came towards the normal. Angle of incidence is more than angle of refraction. Again this refracted ray acts as an incident ray for the second medium. So when this ray comes out into the air, it goes away from the normal. So this is called angle of emergence, angle I2. Understand children? Incident ray, refracted ray, this is called emergent ray. Emergent ray is denoted by I2. This is called incident ray. Incident ray, this is refracted ray, this is what? Emergent ray. Angle of incidence, angle of emergence, angle of first refraction, angle of second refraction. Angle of second refracted ray acts as an incident ray for the second time refraction. Understand children up to here? Now, if you extend this emergent ray, there will be some angle between extended incident ray and extended emergent ray. This is called angle of deviation. This is called angle of deviation, angle D. Or delta. In some textbooks it is given as a delta or angle D. Now one more triangle is formed here. Name this triangle as PQR. PQR triangle. PQR triangle. This is called PQR triangle. In this PQR triangle, now I am going to use AQR one triangle, PQR another triangle. From these two triangles, we will find angle of incidence and angle of refraction. If you find angle of incidence and angle of refraction, you can substitute here, you will get the answer. Let this equation is Roman 1. Now, step 1. Observe carefully children. Step 1. What is step 1? What is the use of step 1? Very simple children. Step 1 or step 2, we are going to find our aim is to find the I and R, angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Now, this is angle of prism, angle A. Observe carefully children. AQR triangle I am taking. First I am taking triangle AQR. We know that sum of angles in a triangle equal to 0. This is one triangle I am using. This triangle I am using. Angle A plus, what is this angle children? What is this angle? I want only this angle. If it is angle I, this also angle I. This is total 90. This is total 90. This one 90. Extra R1 is there. So this angle will be 90 minus R1. Once again children. This is what triangle. Observe carefully. This normal is making 90 degrees angle with the AB. So this R1 is extra. So this total angle 90 minus R1, I want only this angle. So 90 minus R1. So A plus 90 minus R1 plus this angle. If it is I2, this total angle is also I2. If this normal is making 90 degrees angle, so only this angle 90 minus R2, only this one 90 minus R2, this angle is. So 90 minus R2, this total angle is equal to what children? 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle equal to 180. Once again, here normal is making 90 degrees angle with AB. So I want only this angle AQ. This angle only I want. So R1 is extra. So 90 minus R1. This total angle is 90. If you subtract R1, 90 minus R1 is the angle between these two lines. So similarly, this is 90 minus R2. This total angle is 180. 90 plus 90, 180, 180. Cancel. So here it will be 0. Angle A is equal to R1 goes to that side, R1 plus R2. Understand children? Angle A is equal to angle of prism is equal to angle R1, angle of first refraction plus angle of second refraction. But observe carefully children, if you consider minimum deviation, if you consider minimum deviation, what will happen? What is mean by minimum deviation? When minimum deviation takes place, if you change the angle of incidence, automatically refracted. Observe carefully, children. This is the angle of incidence. This is the angle of refraction. If you change the angle of incidence, the angle between angle of deviation also changing. It will be minimum at a particular point. Then after again it increases. Once again, this is incident angle. This is incident angle. This is refracted angle. Extended incident ray. This is extended emergent ray. If you change the angle of incidence, automatically the angle between these two also changes. This is called angle of deviation. The angle of deviation, this angle of deviation is also changing. At a particular instant, the angle will be minimum. Then after again angle of deviation increasing. So at what particular time angle of deviation will be minimum? If angle of deviation means the condition is these two angles must be equal. That means angle I1 must be equal to angle I2. Let it be 30 degrees or 40 degrees or 50 degrees or 15 degrees. Let it be I. Similarly, at minimum deviation, angle R1 is equal to R2. That means angle R1 is equal to angle R2 is equal to R. Understand, children? Minimum deviation means the angle between extended incident ray and extended emergent ray. This angle is called deviation. It will be minimum. When it will be minimum? If the condition is these two angles must be equal, these two angles must be equal. Angle of incidence and angle of emergence must be equal. Number 2, angle of first refraction must be equal to angle of second refraction. If these two conditions are satisfied, then minimum deviation takes place. Substitute R1, R2 values here. Angle A is equal to R plus R, that is equal to 2R. From this angle of R is equal to what will happen? Angle A by 2. We got R value. Understand, children? Simple. Once again, big triangle you have to take AQR triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle equal to 180. Angle A. This one 90 minus, only this one 90 minus R1. Why? Because normal is making 9. Normal means 90 degrees only. 90 degrees. So extra R1 is there. I want only up to here. So 90 minus R1. This is 90 minus R2. Sum of angles in a triangle equal to 180 degrees. 90, 90, 180 goes to that side. It becomes 0. Angle A is equal to minus R, minus R1, minus R2 goes to that side, plus R1, R2. We know that minimum deviation takes place if the condition, these two are similar. When these two are coincide, then only minimum deviation takes place. So, angle R1 equal to angle R2 equal to R. If you substitute R plus R, 2R, we want only R value, no? This R value, R is equal to A by 2. Keep it aside. Angle R value we got. Now, we will find I value. Step 2 we will do. Angle R value, keep it aside. Now step 2. In step 2, what I am doing? I am taking small triangle PQR triangle. From triangle PQR, what will happen, children? Observe carefully. External angle is equal to sum of opposite internal angles. No, this is external angle DM. Internal angles this one and this one. So external angle is equal to minimum angle of deviation is equal to this angle. How much? Only this angle. Once again I will draw here. To avoid confusion, once again I am drawing. See, children, this is prism, incident ray, normal, refracted ray, emergent ray, extended incident ray, extended emergent ray. So this is what normal. This is what normal. Now tell me. This is what PQR. This is angle of deviation, angle DM, minimum deviation. This angle is angle I1, this is angle I2. This is R1, this is R2. If it is I1, this total angle also I1, no? I want only up to here. So it will be I1 minus R1. If it is I2, this total angle is also I2. I want only this one. So it becomes I2 minus R2. Understand, children? External angle DM is equal to I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. sum of opposite internal angles in a triangle is equal to external angle dm. External angle is dm. Opposite internal angles I1 minus R1. This is I1 minus R2. At minimum deviation, we know the condition. I1 value, I2 value equal to I plus I, 2I minus R plus R, 2R. Now only we saw the condition. At minimum deviation, these two angles must be equal. These two angles must be equal. So I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. But R value we got dm is equal to 2I minus 2 into angle A by 2. 2 to cancel. Minus A comes to this side. 2I is equal to A plus dm. From this, I is equal to A plus dm by 2. We got I value and R value. These two values substitute in the Snell's formula, then you will get the refractive index of the prism. Now observe, children. Now substitute I comma R values in Snell's formula. This is what Snell's formula. Mu is equal to sine of, what is I value? Now only we got A plus dm by 2 by sine A by 2. This is the formula to find the refractive index of the prism. Any prism, you can find the refractive index easily. A plus dm by 2 by sine A by 2. This is what is A? A is angle of prism. This is what angle of prism. D means minimum deviation. A means angle of prism. If you know angle of prism and minimum deviation, then you can find the refractive index of the prism. But the condition is it should obey minimum deviation, then only we can find. If minimum deviation is not there, then you cannot find by using of this formula. Then when we will see at numericals, again you have to draw the diagram, then we have to calculate easily. This is what a refractive index of the prism. Once again I am repeating, refractive index is the unique property of every transparent medium. Every transparent medium means what? Water, kerosene, petrol, glass, lens, these are all transparent. If you see from one side, you can see the other side. If it is a mirror, you can see your image only. That means reflection. Refraction means other side also if you can see, that is called refraction. That is called refractive index. It is a number. How to find? First formula C by V. If you know velocity in the medium, directly you can use C by V. If you don't know, then we have to use Snell's formula. Snell's formula is applicable if you don't know the velocity in the medium. Velocity of light, if you don't know in the medium, we have to use the Snell's formula. Snell's formula, mu is equal to sin I by sin R. This is what important derivation, refractive index of the prism. Right, children? Prepare well. Numericals based on this formula we will see later. Any doubts, write in comment section. All the best. God bless you.